Welcome to the pack. Hello everyone, and welcome to a landmark deep history edition of History Hounds and Happy Campers. I'm Amanda, your lead history sleuth, chief researcher, and the person who gets way too excited about 200-year-old cactus milk paint in the original adobe brick dimensions.
And I'm Laura, also known as Mom. I handle the navigation, maker of the coffee. I'm the one who makes sure that we have plenty of water on a fully charged camera before we step into the site where the walls can literally talk.
And if you're joining the pack for the first time, our mission is to peel back the layers of the American road. We travel in our RV, documenting the happy camper side of life, finding the best camp spots, managing the solar power, and the History Hound side, uncovering the gritty human stories that built America.
We're coming to you from our home base in California, but we've spent significant time exploring the El Camino Real, and we have a major update with the heart of our crew, Lua.
If you don't know, Lua is our Great Pyrenees. She's a white cloud of pure guardian energy. She's reached the teenage polar bear phase. She's tall enough to peek over the rig's dinette for snacks, and she's recently discovered that the oak-covered hills of the Salinas Valley are perfect for long historical naps.
Today we are bringing you a massive deep dive into Mission San Miguel Arcángel, located just north of Paso Robles. This is widely considered the most authentic of the 21 California missions.
But before we walk through the mission arches, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button and follow our channel. We're building a community of explorers, and your support is what keeps the rig rolling towards the next historical mystery. The foundations. Why here? 1797. To understand San Miguel, you have to understand the geography of the Salinas Valley. By the late 1790s, there was a significant gap in the El Camino Real, a King's Highway between Mission San Luis Obispo in the south and Mission San Antonio de Padua to the north, which we visited, and we can do an episode on that too. We visited that with our first History Hound, Nanook. The founding, on July 25, 1797, Father Fermin Luciano, the successor to Junípero Sierra, founded Mission San Miguel Arcángel. It was named for the Archangel Saint Michael. The Salinans, the mission was built to reach the Salinan people, the original inhabitants of the region. The Salinans' name for the site was Vaca, meaning a place where something is. They were master basket weavers and hunters who lived among the Valley of the Oaks. Architecture and adobe thorns. San Miguel is unique because, unlike many other missions that were modernized or rebuilt in the 20th century, the church you see today is the same one completed in 1821. The adobes, the walls are massive, measuring nearly 6 feet thick at the base. This provides natural insulation against the brutal summer heat of the valley. The bricks, thousands of adobe bricks were made on site using clay, straw, and water. Roofing, the mission had a thatched roof, but after a devastating fire in 1806, the Padres switched to tajas, or red clay tiles. And if you're interested on how clay tiles came around, check out our video on Mission San Luis Obispo, where we talk about how that was the first mission that was to use red clay tiles. The corridors, the mission is famous for its long corridor of arches. Interestingly, the arches are of different sizes and shapes. Some are rounded, while others are more elliptical. This was a deliberate choice to show that the imperfection is a sign of humanity. The Sistine Chapel of California. This is the History Hound highlight. While other missions have been repainted, the San Miguel retains its original interior frescoes. In the 1820s, a Spanish artist named Esteban Morenas led a group of Salinan neophytes in painting the interior of the church. The style, we use the neoclassical style, which was popular in Europe at the time. The colors, because they didn't have synthetic paints, they used minerals, crushed insects, the cotinma, and plant dyes mixed with cactus milk to bind the pigment to the walls. The Eye of God painting behind the altar and the elaborate faux marble pillars were exactly as they were 200 years ago. It is the most pristine example of colonial art in all of North America.
Tragedy of the Reed family, 1848. History isn't always beautiful. After Mexico won independence from Spain in 1821, the missions were secularized, meaning the land was taken from the church and sold off. In the 1840s, a man named William Reed purchased the mission and turned it into a family home and trading post. In 1848, just as the gold rush was beginning, a group of deserters from the British Navy heard a rumor that Reed had a hoard of gold buried on the grounds. The massacre. The bandits murdered William Reed, his pregnant wife, their young son, and several employees. 11 people in total. The History Hound detail here is that the killers were eventually caught by a posse from Santa Barbara, but the mission was left in a state of mourning for decades. It is said that the mission's haunted reputation began on that dark night in 1848.
2003 San Simeon earthquake. San Miguel's greatest challenge in modern times came on December 22, 2003. A 6.6 magnitude earthquake struck the central coast. The massive adobe walls of San Miguel cracked. The church was deemed unsafe and closed to the public for 6 years. There was a real fear that the original Morenas frescoes would be lost forever. It took nearly $15 million and a Herculean effort from the seismic engineers and restorers to save the building. They used a grout injection method, pumping a special mixture into the cracks to stabilize adobe without damaging the paintings. Today, the mission is stronger than ever.
Visiting today, the Happy Camper Guide. For our fellow RVers, San Miguel is one of the easiest mission stops to make because it is right off Highway 101. The site description, the museum, it contains some of the best preserved Salinan artifacts and mission-era tools in the state. The cemetery to the side of the church lies the final resting places of thousands of Salinan people and early settlers. We did hear a little tidbit of information though, because it is called a graveyard if it's next to the mission, and it is a cemetery if it's away from a church. The plaza, it's a peaceful shaded area where you can really feel the weight of the 2 centuries of history.
RV logistics. Parking. There's a large gravel parking area directly across from the mission entrance that can accommodate even the largest Class A rigs. It's right off the highway, so it's very easy to stop at. I can recommend camping at one of the campgrounds in Paso Robles. We stayed at Cabo Robles, and it was maybe about a 10-20 minute drive from the campground. Pro tip, after your history tour, head 5 minutes south, Paso Robles, for some of its best wineries in the world. We highly recommend staying at Cabo Robles. It was like about a 10-minute drive to the south. If you want even more history, make sure you stop at the Rios Caldonia. It's about 1 minute south. It's only open on very specific dates and times, so make sure you check their calendar if you'd like to stop and see that. But it was a Wells Fargo station, and it was really interesting and a lot of history there to see.
We do have a video of that too, don't we?
We have a video on the Rios Caldonia you can also check out, yes. Lua update. Lua is a big girl. And note for pet owners, your History Hound is generally allowed on the outdoor grounds in the cemetery area, but on a leash. But they cannot go inside the church or the museum. Lua loved the cool feel of the adobe shade. The enduring adobe. Mission San Miguel Arcángel is a survivor. It survived fires, secularization, and a brutal massacre, and a massive earthquake. It stands today as a testament to the skill of the Salinan builders and a vision of the Padres.
It's a place where you can step out of the 21st century and into a world of quiet reflection.
Thank you for joining the pack for this massive deep dive. If you've ever seen the Morenas frescoes in person or have a favorite mission story, please tell us about it in the comments. We read every comment.
And please like and follow our History Hounds and Happy Campers. Your support keeps the rig rolling and helps share these incredible stories with the world.
Keep your history deep
and your trails happy.
And we'll see you on the next ridge. Bye.